What's up, Fish Room fanatics? So check it out. If you watched the last video, you heard me talking about us getting ready for an auction. This is what it looks like. Our auction's tomorrow morning. We've got all of the fish bagged up, ready to go prior to the night before. It's pretty late already, and the goal behind that is to keep them in the bags for as short of a time as possible. Auction usually lasts about 5 to 6 hours, so they're going to be in the bags for less than a day, which is standard for auctions. When you ship them, it usually takes 2 or 3 days anyways. They're in a bag, so it happens and they survive. But this is kind of what you see, and there's some convicts in here. All of our adult convicts are going. These guys are endlers in here, I'm sure you've watched the videos before. If you haven't already, check them out. There's a lot of videos on these. We started off with 2 pairs of endlers, and this is what we have. There's still close to 100 endlers in here, if not more. And we have brought some into our club, and we're selling some at the auction, and there's still this many. But yeah, the adult convicts are going. We have 2 clutches still that we're finishing out now. There's I'm not entirely sure how the hell, pardon my French, a guppy or an endler got in here, but there is a endler fry in this tank. Oh. So along with all of our little convict fry, we now have an endler fry in here. I'm not sure how that happened. Oh, the joys. One of them might have jumped. It's possible. Then we have the orchid endlers over here as well. This was another pair that we picked up, or trio actually. This was another trio that we picked up, and they've already dropped too. But that's weird. It must have jumped over. That's really strange. But we did bap some of these guys at our club. All of the larger ones are gone. They were actually about 1 inch already. The smaller ones we're keeping to grow them out. So those are going, but we have another clutch underneath. We haven't got to the Corys yet. And then we have some Blue Dream shrimp that we're bringing. There's some Dragon Blood peacocks upstairs that we're getting rid of. And there's gonna be a lot of plants. So there's that. Yeah. It's probably gonna take us about 2 to 3 hours to get ready for the auction, considering we're gonna have 3, 5, 6, 7, 11, at least 20 bags it looks like, between plants and fish. So it's a lot of work that goes into it, but you can get a pretty good amount. And if you guys are in the area, ever look us up on MAS, come out to the auctions, come out to the club meetings. We're always there. We do the swaps too, and it's a great way to get some pretty good fish that are locally bred, raised by people in the hobby. It helps keep them supported, helps keep us supported by simply providing funds to get fish food, to get all of the substrates and the things that you may need. If you're in the hobby, you know that, and that's something that you should think about doing if you haven't already, is seriously getting into it. Even if it's just guppies, and you're breeding guppies and you're bringing them down to your local fish store, it's a great way to make it a little bit of extra money. And some places only give you store credit, which is fine. If you buy your food from them, you can get fish food, and it's only at a cost of trading in some of the fish that you've already raised. So it keeps the cycle going. It helps you out. Doesn't hurt your bank account as badly. But that's what we do. So again, it's going to be about 20 bags we're bringing, and you can kind of see we got everything bagged up already. But this is what you go through. You have to get bags and rubber bands, and if you have a source of air like we do, you can use that air to fill the bags up and make them nice and pretty and neat. And plants are the same thing. Toss some plants into some bags and get ready to rock and roll. But you usually get a pretty good return on investment, ROI, for doing this, especially if you're just breeding the same couple fish that you picked up. If you get guppies and you're just breeding them and breeding them and breeding them and breeding them, you're going to make your money back and then some tenfold easily. You're not going to become rich doing it, but it will supply enough money to keep you in the hobby. So it definitely works out. It helps support local breeders. It also helps you to get a fish that you may want that's a little bit cheaper. Green lasers normally retail for about $10 to $12 a piece. In my area, bringing them to the auction, I'm not going to expect to get more than $7 or $8 for them max a piece, which is fine by me because it gives somebody else a chance in the hobby to get a hold of some, grow them up, try to breed them like we are, and that's how you stay interested in the hobby. So it's a great way to get some fish that are really nice for a good price. It helps support local breeders, I can't say that enough, and our local fish keepers. And it's just a good way to meet people. So yeah, if you haven't already, check it out. It's a lot of fun. But anyways, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, as always, drop them in the box below. If you haven't already, do us a huge favor. Hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Let's get as many people in this fish keeping hobby as we can. And as always, happy fish keeping.